I got this cool little hat. All I got was canceled, and I got this cool little hat to go along with it, though. Hi, everybody. I hope everyone is well. Thank you for coming. We have to talk about this. I feel the elephant in the room is too massive. It's unignorable. Okay, it's the first month of the year, bros. It's like third week into January, and I'm pretty happy with how things are going. I still fucking got it, bros. I don't think even as Hex AY, I don't think I managed to rile this many feathers up. This is kind of crazy, you know what I mean? But I'm so back, guys. We've never been more back. To get so canceled early in the year, I don't think I've been this canceled, nor do I think I've been canceled this hard. I think I've been canceled this hard before, probably harder. I just don't remember. Man, I think I've been canceled way more than 5 times, though. Way more than 5 times. Maybe like 8 or 9 or something like that. A lot of people were asking me how I was today because they saw a lot of... I've had 5 friends reach out to me about the community. But I've had a good chunk of people I've been working with who I haven't even revealed their content or their stuff with to you, kind of asking me, why are you community noted? It's really funny because I had to commission somebody today, and I went over to him and I was like, hello, I'd like to commission you, please. And then he was like, bro, why is your latest note community noted? And I was like, just don't ignore it. I'm asking you for something. So it was an eventful morning, kind of. But yeah, I rage baited a lot of people. Like, a lot of people think that tweet has over 750,000 views now, which is kind of crazy. I posted it literally 24 hours ago, and it has 750,000 views, which is really crazy. I wish Elon would pay me more. What the hell, man? Yeah, the cancellation on Twitter. So I woke up this morning and I didn't have a community note yet, but I went on my business. Of course, I saw all of the replies and the quote retweets, but to be honest, I wasn't paying too much attention. I had many other important things that I had to tend to, mostly commission based and replying to specific artists and sending wires to folks. But then I don't know, after a while I noticed just an uptick of people responding and an uptick of people kind of going crazy, and then the community note kind of appeared, and of course alongside that there were a bunch of death threats and really slur heavy stuff, both on the comments and the quote retweets and in my messages as well. But again, it's part of the job, so I just I obviously just have to shrug those off. And yeah, I think it's just very inherently ridiculous. Of course the tweet was engagement bait to some degree. I mean, like, we're literally content creators, you know what I mean? Like, we stream and shit. Why the fuck wouldn't we like tweet and want the tweet to go somewhat viral? It's part of our jobs. We do this full time. I'm a full-time content creator, and of course we tweet things that we think people will like. Like, it's very ridiculous that people would see it otherwise. And a lot of the quote retweets and the messages and the replies, it's a big self-report. Like 95% of all of the people who are quote retweeting and replying to me on that tweet are men, who are wishing death upon me, or just using slurs as a gotcha, or, literally up in my DMs calling me chink and all of these fucking awful things. And, like, it's awful. And I feel for people who basically have to operate under this guise of just, it's hard. I'm very grateful, first of all, that you guys are very, how do I say, like, understanding and very sweet. But I want to say first and foremost that I care about your safety. Like, the truth is that it takes a lot of thick skin to go through something like this. It does. And I've been dealing with this since I was 14. I've been, I've been thrust into what a lot of people would consider, a very popular circle at like 22 years old, entering Niji Sanji. So, this isn't my first rodeo, and I'm very much used to this, but I don't want you guys to go into this, especially when you don't understand what you might be getting yourself into. I really appreciate it, but you don't have to defend me, because I worry about you guys, and I know that you care, and I know that you you care for me, and I care, but I care for you as well. So I really am proud of you guys for being mature and not going out of your way to defend yourself, because you don't know, you know, you're putting yourself in between me and the person who's mocking me, but you don't know how dangerous they could be. You know what I mean? And you don't know just like what bad intentions they have. Like, to give you an idea, my mother received 2 phone calls today from unknown numbers, and I told her not to pick up unknown number calls, and she hasn't been receiving phone calls from unknown numbers. So I don't know, like, my mom is more out there, but you know what I mean? Like, this is the kind of people you're dealing with in a way, where you don't know how they, like, you don't know the levels they'll go to harass you or to hurt you. So I want you to be aware of this. Like, it's fine if it's something that happens to me. I'm used to it. I'm also a guy, and I can defend myself very well. I also live in, you know, in places where I just don't think anybody would really come see me or anything like that. But you have to be very careful, and I don't want you to go out of your way trying to defend me or anything like that. It is jarring to see, and honestly, I wish I didn't say that I have to be numb to these kinds of things, because it does take a bit of my, to be numb to these kinds of things, you also have to be numb to the good emotions in a way. But it's part of the job, and it's a job that I took on, and it's a responsibility that I took on, and you guys are my community, and you know, thereby in part a little bit of my responsibility, not your personal lives, but I just want to give this fair warning. You know what I mean? So just be careful and watch out for your own mental, because these people are vicious, and they will go to lengths unknown to harass people. But yeah, it was a very stupid ass tweet, to be fair with you, and to be honest, I've been laughing my ass off about it. Like, the raw honest truth of this tweet is, if I had tweeted "we're not hating women enough," would I have received this amount of backlash? Absolutely fucking not, to be honest. Like, if someone saw that, they'd be like, oh my god, like, that's silly, or they do their own research. But nobody would have cared. Like, it just goes to show that the people who are responding to this are incredibly sensitive loser incels who are like either underaged or just completely brain dead and have just no ability to critically think or do their own research. So if I had said, you know, we're not hating women enough, I would have not received half the backlash. But the problem with this statement is it's like very untrue. Like, women have it very much historically and observably harder than men in many departments, right? I'm not saying that men have it easy or life is easy. Life is hard for everybody usually, right? Like, especially, except if you're like, you know, you've been born with a silver spoon or something. But life is hard. But for women, it's even harder. And if I had said that we're not hating women enough, I guarantee that I wouldn't have received half or a fourth as much backlash. But it's these sensitive loser incels that are, you know, have been thriving in the dusty recesses of Twitter that are very pissed about it. And I absolutely am not backing down. Like, they can all suck my dick, to be honest with you. And again, I'm not trying to say that all men are bad people, but somehow it's always a man who's pissed at me. Never a woman. I don't get it. Like, I'm not saying all men are bad people, but somehow it's always some like incel guy who is pissed at me and never a woman. I don't really understand. And I think the most ironic part is when so many men are like, oh my god, you will never, like, you will always be a virgin, blah 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 blah, in my comment section. Like, the craziest projections ever. You know what I mean? Like, oh my god, that is, I guarantee you have, like, it's so insane. It's so fucking crazy, the projections that they're throwing out there for me. I cannot even simply put. But yeah, I don't know. It's really ridiculous, and it's also really saddening and funny, sadly. But as I was saying, I think that it's really funny because there are a lot of people in the comment sections and men who have messaged me as well who've called me like really awful names because they think I'm a woman. Like, some of them think I'm a woman, and it's really funny because they're just like calling me all of these terrible things and like literally going, oh my god, like you're a woman, and it's like, oh, you're some sort of like weird, I don't know, I don't even know what they're fucking saying. They have like lingo that they have like 4chan lingo that I don't really understand, but I like, they literally are just like, they some of them think that I'm an actual woman and are like taunting me and saying like, oh, blah blah blah, this shit. Like, I don't know, guys. So listen, you know what's really funny? I think that this shows that I think it was really interesting to be mocked as a woman for the very first time, which is kind of crazy. Like, I feel now more empathetically and deeply connected to you, because what guy ever gets mocked as a woman, you know? And now it's finally happening where guys are kind of in my DMs and go off queen, and in my comments just saying like, you know, mocking me and calling me a woman and saying really nasty shit, to be honest with you. Like, oh my god, your breasts are saggy, or you're fucking like, you're, you know, you fucking hate men, I hope. Like, really, I can't even say this shit that they're saying because it's terrible. It's also very triggering. It's just really bad. Like, you can imagine the kind of shit that like a really angry guy would say to women. I'm not even fucking kidding. Like, it's so it's ridiculous, and some of it is just so stupid and uncalled for. But yeah, I don't know. And the community note, I don't even know where to start with the community note. The community note is obviously very stupid, and it was made by people. So there was like a comment section chain, I don't know, a while back, that was saying we should community note Kyrio so that he doesn't earn any money from the tweet. So they came up with the most bullshit community note ever, because they were like, now you won't make your $3.70 from the tweet. Take that. Yeah, I bet that's really gonna hurt you. Your $3.70, we're going to strip that right away. We're gonna take that from your hands. And I was like, oh no, my $3.70. But whatever shall I do without my $3.70? So yeah, the community noted me. If you notice, the community note is incredibly nonsensical. Like, it's so stupid. It's like, this is engagement baiting. It's really dumb, because what tweet on Twitter isn't engagement baiting? Like, if you're a content creator, you're engagement baiting. Like, is there a community note on everybody's tweet? When you say I'm going live, is that engagement baiting? Or if you do like, it's just so stupid. Like, it's really, really so stupid. So you guys can vote on the community note to have it removed. But at this point, I don't really fucking care, because I wear it like a badge of honor, to be real with you. To me, it's a really cool badge of honor to have my little community note. And, you know, they can take their $3.70 or however much dog shit money they were going to pay me for the tweet and shove it. I don't care. I wear the community note like a badge of honor for you guys. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. It's crazy. It is an insane situation, and obviously, well, I have more to say about it, but obviously a lot of people have responded. A lot of, like, you know, very interesting and choice content creators have responded, and it's become a shit show. Like, if you guys look at the replies, there have been multiple content creators multiple times my size, like 3, 4, 5 times my size, basically quote retweeting it and sending their fan bases to attack mine. And it's been pretty effective for the most part. Like, their quote retweets have garnered, you know, thousands of likes as well. And, you know, they've taken to my DMs to attack me, or they've taken to other places to attack me as well. Like, people on Instagram have gone on there, or they've replied to other posts and stuff like that. But what can you do? It just comes with the territory, really. And I feel bad for them more than anything, really. It's pretty crazy, but, you know, it is what it is. It comes with the territory. I still got it. Who else can rage bait to a level that I can? I genuinely don't know anybody who has rage baited in the VTubing scene in such a dramatic fashion, where it has become so deeply, like, I don't know, like, I think we've reached unprecedented levels of rage bait. This should be a record. But yeah, basically, be careful. Again, I really appreciate my community for having my back. It means a lot, but I always knew that you guys would. This was very nonsensical, and I feel proud of you for being so mature to learn when to back off. I know some of you guys wanted to respond to some of these people, but listen to me, you are going to get dogpiled by very unsavory comments and by unsavory people people who have nothing left to lose. You have something left to lose, you know? You have your dignity, you're a decent person, you're kind, you stand for something that's right. So don't do that. Don't put yourself in harm's way for me. I can take the heat. It comes with the territory, and it's part of my job to do that. But I really do appreciate the sentiment, and I do appreciate you wanting to do something like that for me, and to, like, you know, want to defend your Oshi. But it's not something that you should do. You don't have to worry. I got it. But I do really appreciate, you know, some of the tweets where you guys are in your own circles and being silly. Like, you can do what you want and tweet in your own circles where nobody will find you, but keep yourselves safe first and foremost, you know? It's so ridiculous. Like, the community note is objectively stupid. Like, why is there a community note on a tweet that's obviously, you know, meant to garner a reaction? It doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it is very dumb. It's not even like a nuanced thing to talk about, you know? It's objectively very stupid. And I'm not gonna lie, like, this just proves how fragile some men can be. Again, not all men, but somehow always a fucking fragile ass ego man who has the emotional, like, maturity and intelligence of a goddamn, like, peanut who is just always pissed at me for some reason. Like, it's just so fucking ridiculous every single time, bro. This is why people ask me, like, why don't you have more guy friends? This is why I don't have more guy friends. I stick to the guy friends I do have, you know, and I do have a decent amount, but some of them are just so, like, stupid, bro. Like, I literally cannot be friends with so many men. They have zero emotional intelligence, and I'm tired. For all my life, I'm so tired of being okay with, like, men who are just so emotionally constipated, who have to take an emotional shit for like 15 years and choose to, like, hold that shit in and be like, I'm so strong. Like, just let it out, bro. What the fuck is your problem? But yeah, I don't know. That's how I feel, and I'm grateful for you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me.